Hi, this is Jared from Shoegnome, and today I want to show you all how to use favorites to work better in Archicad. So I'm going to build out a bathroom from scratch using the favorites in the Shoegnome Open Template. The goal here is to show you all what's in the template, but also how you should be working in Archicad to speed up your modeling so that you get to focus more on all the important things like design. So let's get started. First of all, I've got Archicad open. I've got the Shoegnome Open Template open. This is what it looks like when you open it. I'm going to go ahead and close these worksheets because I don't care about them today. We're going to come here to the floor plan. So with template, you've got a rough outline of a property line and a house object. We're going to delete that and get to work. So if you are using my work environment, you've got the little star right here. This is favorites. You can also go to Window, Palettes, and down to favorites and get that open. You can also get to the favorites by just going up here in the info box in this little flyout to get to favorites. I'm going to be using both in this video just to help everyone see. So first of all, let's I'm gonna select these and use down here under quick options. I'm going to hide these section markers. I'm going to hide these elevation markers and hide these. Need to see them. And then I'm going to start drawing or going to start modeling. Typically, I will start. I've got the user origin and the project origin set to 0, 0 right here, and I'll work some define distance off. So actually, why don't we do that? Just because that would be nice to see. So I'm going to select polyline. I'm going to go to my favorites. I got a construction line here. I just double clicked on that. It's Archicad layer. It's this red. And I'm just doing this now so I can say, you know what, let's go 40 feet over and 15 feet up. So now I'm going to use this as my starting point. Why that matters, if you just click randomly in Archicad, you might end up at a point that is some weird dimension from the project origin. It could be like a 64th or 32nd or 0.002 inches off. And I'd rather have my model located in space by a perfect number from the project origin and then everything relating perfectly to itself. Just reduce potential for errors. So that's why I've got that thing here. So now let's go to the wall tool and go here and let's pick an interior wall, say 2 by 4. And I'm going to now go ahead and draw something that's, say, 5 feet, 10 feet. I'm holding down shift to get it perpendicular, and then 10 feet. So now we've got our room. Now let's say, let's go to favorites, and we'll do an interior 2 by 6 wall. And then I'm going to use the parameter transfer. I'm going to hold down Option Command. I'm going to get the syringe. Before I click on this, I'm going to click on that and go to Element Transfer Settings. And I'm going to make sure that this right here for favorites, if I'm applying favorites, it's excluding the home story, but that's it. Sometimes Archicad will default and do something weird. And I want just exclude home story from the favorite because if you include the home story, the favorite, you'll get some weirdness, and I want just that. So, okay. So I'm going to now parameter transfer that in. So I've now gone from a wall that was originally drawn as a 2 by 4 wall to a 2 by 6 wall from my favorite. Now let's go back here, double click on the exterior wall. Let's do it without siding. Now I'm going to do that on this wall. And so now we have an exterior wall, we have a 2 by 6 wall, we have a 2 by 4 wall, and a 2 by 4 wall. So now we're good. We've got our walls in. What comes next? Let's put in a door and a window. So let's go to the window tool. We go here to favorites again. Let's pick an awning window. It's 3 by 3. I'm not going to worry about the sizes too much. We're just going to drop that in there. Now we got a window. We can do the same thing. We're going to go to the door tool. And I would be using keyboard shortcuts, but I want people to be able to see everything I'm doing, so I'm not doing keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to go up here. I've got interior doors. Let's pick a pocket door because I love pocket doors. Now I'm going to put this door here. It's going to be right on the on this line. I want the sun to be on the outside because it's the exterior, or I want the door to have its exterior be on the outside of the bathroom. I'm going to place that. Once it's there, I'm now going to do Command D. I'm going to drag it. I'm going to drag the door over some dimension. I did 2 feet. Doesn't matter what. So now I've got my door there. Next, let's put in a tub, a sink. So we're going to go to the object tool. And actually, let's do it over here in the favorites here. So the way I've got my favorites set up is model primary, secondary, documentation, site, etc. So I'm going to go down to plumbing, and I'm going to this filter to active tool only. So now we've got those. Let's go ahead and put in a tub. It's defaulting to 5 by 2 by 8. That's great. So I just place that randomly, and then I'll move it into position. So I've got the tub there. I'm going to do Command 6 to send it back. So the tub's actually overlapping the drywall here. That's okay. Oh, I see an error here. This wall has drywall on the outside rather than the inside. I want to fix that. There's a couple ways to do it. Just for simplicity's sake, actually, let's do it up here. There's a feature here called Modify Reference Line of Wall. It's up there in the menu somewhere, but it's there in my work environment. We can go here and we can mirror the wall in place. We can add the reference line. We can do all that stuff. So let's go ahead and mirror the wall in place. And now reference line switch to the outside. That's all good. Drywall's in. We got the tub there. Now let's place the toilet. Again, I'm just going to place it randomly, move it to a known position. Then I'm going to move it over 15 inches because I know that's clearance I need. Now let's get a vanity. So I'm going to scroll through here for my vanity, and what I'm looking for is down here towards the bottom. Here's vanity single. I've just set up a kind of default 3 by 20 inch vanity. This is something you'd find on like wayfair.com. So I've set that. Now let's move that to known position, move it over some distance. I don't like that. Let's move it over. And we could say, it's not a 3-foot vanity, it's a 4-foot vanity. And you can, set that up. So now we've got a sink, toilet, tub. Let's put in a floor and a ceiling. So we'll go to the slab tool, find our favorites. We're going floors and slabs, finishes, and we can do the ceiling first. We select that, we're going to draw that, we're now do the floor finish. And this is a good point to note that I'm not worrying about where the heights are of any of this stuff. I am just going to place them in plan, and we'll worry about heights when we get to the interior. Okay, so we've done the floor, the ceiling. Now let's do some wall tile. And go to the wall tool, and we can go to the model secondary, finish trim interior. We got some wall tile. We're going to zoom in here, put some wall tile in. Actually, it's something I don't want the tub on the exterior wall, because that's just something I don't want to deal with in this video. So I'm just going to select everything. I'm going to mirror it. And so now tub's on the interior. That works better. Okay. So we've got the wall tile. Let's do some tile baseboard and go to the beam tool, because I think beam tool is great, especially for baseboard. So we can search for it up here. I'm just going to type that base. We get baseboard tile. And now we're going to put that in. Oh, let's do the change. So do that. I'm just going to let it run behind the vanity for this example. Now here, I'm going to stop it at the trim. I've shown this in another video. So I've got the baseboard in. Now I can select that piece where the door is and just delete it. So I've got the baseboard in there. Now let's do shower head, shower controls, and curtain. So we're going back to the object tool. We're going to go back to plumbing. And now we have the shower head. Let's just place that off to the side, and we got the shower controls. Now we can select that. We can place that there. We can take this, place that there. We can go into the settings and say, you know what, it's not that, it's a combo, so we can edit that. Now, the display doesn't look good there, so I'm going to select this, go right click, display order, bring forward, which is Command 5. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so curtain rod. If you don't know what tool you created your favorite with, you can just start typing it in. So rod, so here's curtain rod. Really like this. It's a beam, and let me show you what's going on here. It's a segmented beam with fixed ends and then a stretchable middle part. So when you draw this, let's just draw it right here, it will be however long you want it to be, and its ends will be perfect. So again, I drew it in a known spot, and let's move it over, say 1 inch. That's good. Okay, so tub is more or less done. What's next? Do toilet paper holder, towel bar, and mirror. So type in mirror. Got the mirror. And again, I should point out, we're not doing any design right now. We're just placing things so that design can happen later. If I were doing this on a real project, I'd probably be designing at the same time. But I just want to show you all how we can place all this stuff really quickly and get to the point where you get to use your brain for fun stuff. So I'm going to change the size of that to be 3 feet, because why not? Now, a toilet paper holder. This might be kind of crazy to do, but someone has to place this, someone has to design where it goes. It might as well be you, the designer. So I've got here toilet paper holder, and the favorite says make 4 inches long. So, okay, do that, and I'm going to make it 4 inches long. I did Command R and typed in thing. So there is my toilet paper holder. I'm going to rotate it like that. And then in this condition, it's got to be on the vanity. So again, this is good, right? If you don't want your toilet paper holder on your vanity in your bathroom design, you got to redesign your bathroom or figure out something else. So I got that. Now let's go to towel bar. And towel bar and the toilet paper holder are both the railing tool. Let's go ahead and make this 2 feet. And let's place it right there on the toilet, and then we can move it over to this wall. So now I know it's centered on that toilet. So here again, here's a good design thing. So we've got the towel bar, it's aligned with toilet. It's easily reachable from the shower, that's great, but you can already see, well, it's now hitting the pocket for the pocket door. Is that a problem? That's for you to design. Okay, so we got that. Now, what else? Let's put in some light switches. Bring back the favorites. Put in light switch. Put that here. Rotate this around. I think that's the way it's facing. I could align this perfectly. I'm just going to do that save time. Now I'm realizing this really shouldn't be a pocket door, so let's go here and make it an interior door. Let's make it do 6. Let's mirror it, and then we'll flip. So that's good. Now we don't have any. Let's put in a can light since we're here. Can light. Again, I could. Yeah, let's get these properly placed because I don't like it not. So remember, this is 5 feet, so we can do that. Do 6. Let's hold down shift to the center line there. Drag a copy. Do another one there. I don't know if that's good lighting, but it's good enough for now. And then here in favorites, we wrote in switch. So we've got the switch lines. So we could actually just go ahead and draw our switch lines in. Again, this is all just from favorites. The other thing I'm missing in here would be a bathroom fan. Let's type in fan, see if I have that as a favorite. I do. So I'm going to place it on the light. Now I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to redo that. So it's selected, and now I can just move it over here. Again, I don't know if that's a good spot, but good enough for now. Let's move that line over here. Do that. Okay, so now we have lights, switches, a fan. Okay, we need a zone next. So let's go to the zone tool. Go here, and we've got all my zones. We've got a bathroom set up. Let's do that. I'm gonna close that. Let's draw our zone. So we got bathroom. Let's just move this. Actually, you know what? We can move this over here. And then I bet if we go to the line tool and type in zone, oh, room. Yeah, room extension line. So now we can do that. There we go. So again, with favorites and with everything in Archicad, I'm a big fan of having things described in very clear, plain language so that it's easy to find. So zone wasn't there, I tried room. Okay, let's make an interior elevation marker. So select the interior elevation tool. We've got favorites to pick from. Let's try that. I will now do the marker. And with the interior elevation tool, you want to cut it through a door and you want to make sure it cuts through a window if your sections are being cut through there. We did that. We got that there. Again, let's move this out of the way. Let's go back to the line tool and go to documentation, annotation, extension line, interior elevations. So now we got, again, holding down shift. We got that. So we got that in there. Let's do some dimensions. I hit J, which is my shortcut for the dimension tool. Got some dimensions. I'm just going to do one for illustrative purposes. So we got dimensions. We can hit K for label, and we can say do label ID. Let's do the automatic one. Scroll through and select, say, this guy. So vanity single, tub, toilet. So again, this is not trying to be a beautiful drawing, but all we've done is use favorites right now, and we've got this. Okay, so interior elevation, got dimensions, we got labels. Now let's go see what our interior elevation looks like. Let's go to the project map. Let's go to details and interior elevations, interior elevation. To zone name here, it's all already set up. So bathroom looking east, north, southwest. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, not too bad. We our interior elevation is going a little higher than it needs to go and is a little lower than it needs to go. We could fix that by selecting this and saying it doesn't need to go to -6, it needs to go to, say, 0. These walls are set to 9 feet, so let's make this go to 9 feet. See what happens. Okay, that's looking pretty good. We can see the interior elevation is cutting through that tub. So let's select this. Let's just drag this over here. Let's go back to that. Okay, that's better. Now, we can select the wall tile here. Here's where we start to refine things. So I've selected this. I've got 3 elements over here selected. I'm going to suspend groups down here or using the keyboard shortcut, and I can pull that tile up there to be above the tub. It looks like here I can see my floor is too high or my baseboard is too low. Let's just raise the baseboard. So we're going to go here. unsuspend groups. All my baseboard is ganged. I'm going to do Command 9, which is elevate, up 3/4 of an inch. Now I go back, and that looks pretty great. I want to get rid of this line here. So let's go back to this and say, let's make this 1/4 inch above. Okay, now that's perfect. Now let's go up here. Oh, we got the same thing here. I don't want that line. Let's make this 8'11". And obviously, this is all for illustrative purposes. So if this wall is supposed to be 8 feet instead of 9 feet or 10 feet, just fix it. But okay, there. Using only favorites, that's pretty perfect. Let's see what this elevation looks like. Okay, we have cut through the toilet. Let's fix that. Move that. Let's move that over here like this. And so what I'm moving here are the section lines of the interior elevation. We can, sure, let's do that. Okay. So now here's an interior elevation. Again, we haven't done anything but use favorites. It looks pretty perfect. Let's move that over an inch. Let's move that up 6 inches. Again, if we use the label tool and we're doing the associative and it's picking up the ID, all this stuff is, there. Arrow controls, look at that. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Actually got to bring this down just a little bit if we want to fix that. So we can do that. Okay, so that's perfect now. What else? This looks good. We could mess with this and clean that up. What I would do is I'd pull the interior elevation that way a little bit, and then I might do a little bit of masking here. So actually, let's do that. We're showing everything. So here it looks like I didn't pull the section marker over far enough. Let's go back. Okay, there. So with these lines here, you can either leave it as it is, or again, go to the favorites, type in masking. Here's masking fill, and we'll just really crudely mask that off because no one wins awards for perfect masking because there are no awards for perfect masking. Okay, there. This looks like it's too low. We could either go in here and say this, actually make it 4 feet. Okay, there we are. Switch looks good. Door looks good. Oh, we could take this door and say, you know what? Let's do the door and label tag, and then label selected elements. I have a keyboard shortcut for this, Command Option K. We got the door labeled. Let's go back and do the window. Here's the window. Boop. Like that. So, using only favorites, we now have perfect interior elevations. We have a plan with all this stuff. And let's see, we could jump into 3D. And zoom in here. Probably shouldn't have tried to do this in 3D because it's really small, but here's it all there. I noticed our lights aren't in place, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to just drop them 2 feet, so they're way below. Now we can go back to our interior elevation. We can find where they are, and then we can just move them up into place. Okay, so there we have it. Now if we zoom in here, we can see that. It looks like this wall is still too high. We can just eyedropper that. Now it's set. Yeah, so here is that bathroom. Now, what else do we want to do? Let's place all this stuff on a sheet because we haven't done that yet. Go to interior elevations. We've already got a sheet set up. We'll pick the main floor interior elevations. We're going to take these guys and just drop them on there. And here they are. Since this is a good video for this, let me just move this over a couple inches. the way I set up interior elevations or views on sheets is I'll select them all. I'll turn on the outline. I will create some reference lines. I want them 6 inches. And then I will set that up like that. So now I have it at the right height. I can do the same thing here. I can move this to the middle. Then I can grab this one, select this icon, get these to be nice and lined up. For this one, I can move that there. Do the same thing, get the views all set up. Again, if I were doing this for a real project, I would take the time and align everything, create the right size of views and everything, make it all, pretty and perfect, but I just want to move a little fast here because it's already a pretty long video. Okay, so I can delete that. If I want to make these 1/4 inch apart, because I find that's a pretty distance, I can do that. Part, move these all. I've got some little hotspots there, and then turn that off. So now we've got interior elevations placed. Those look like someone spent a lot of time on them, and we didn't. This is all just favorites. Here is our plan. And now this plan doesn't look great, right? Or I mean, it looks a little confusing. So we can go, let's look at the main level plan. So, okay, we can delete that. Let's just move those out of the way. Section lines. So that's pretty good looking plan. And we can see, okay, you know what? We also have the electrical plan done here. So we can go to that, and we've got our electrical plan. Again, favorites, template setup, everything you need is just right there. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope you found this interesting and valuable. So again, we just used favorites to create a complete bathroom. Architectural plan, electrical plan. We could have done it for structural if we had structural items we wanted to add. We created the interior elevations. We placed them on sheets. Everything's good to go. Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe and follow me on all the social media accounts. And if you have ideas or questions for future videos, leave them in the comments. I'm always looking for new ideas. Oh, also, download the template. That should be obvious. Template's free on shoegnome.com. If you want it to be free, you can throw money my way if you want to. I love that. But really, I want everyone to be able to use Archicad and not be slowed down. So go get the template. Thanks.